This is the plaintiff, Reshima Brown. She says she bought a truck off Craigslist from the defendant, and not 2 minutes after she had the thing, it died right in the middle of the street. Her mechanic friend said he wouldn't touch the thing with a 10-foot pole because it had so many mechanical issues, and he didn't want to get involved. In fact, the defendant rigged the hood so you couldn't open it. And if that's not an ominous sign, she doesn't know what is. She's suing for $3,120.74, the amount she's most definitely owed. This is the defendant, Fernando Torres. He says he sold the plaintiff the truck as is, with 147,000 miles on it. Told her up front there could be issues with it and really doesn't know what the woman wants from him. He's sorry, but a deal's a deal, and he thinks the judge will agree. He's accused of taking advantage of an unsuspecting car buyer.
Okay, Reshima
Yes.
Brown, you are suing Fernando Torres for $3,120.74 in various and sundry repairs to your car that you say are because he sold you a lemon. Tell me what happened here.
I had went on the computer and went on Craigslist, and I had saw the truck on Craigslist. And when I went and saw the truck on Craigslist, I had called Mr. Torres and asked him, can I see the car, and asked him, was there anything wrong with the car? He said, no, there's nothing wrong. There might be a little radiator leak or something, but other than that, it's a good car or whatever. I'll call you back because I'm not over there. And when I get over there, then I'll be able to go ahead and show you.
So do you go see the car?
I saw the car,
Did
yes.
you bring anybody with you to go see it?
I did have a friend that went to go with me to see the car.
Okay, and how'd you choose that friend?
Because my friend, he kind of knew about cars, but not really, so he went with me.
So you go to see the car, and do you test drive it?
Yeah, we test drive.
Do you have it looked at by a mechanic?
No, we didn't have it looked at by a mechanic.
Okay, so go on.
So after we had went to the house to see the car and everything, and Fernando got in the back seat and he, drove with us, and he said he didn't have that much gas in the car, so we just went up the street and back. And my friend said, well, the car doesn't seem like it's bad. It sounds like it's okay or whatever have you. I said, okay.
Is your friend a mechanic?
He's not a mechanic, but
just a guy?
He's just a guy.
He's male?
Yes, he's a male.
He's male, so you brought him along for the ride because
Yes.
he's got to know about cars. Otherwise, what good are they, right?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead. Go ahead.
So after we had left or whatever, I had called Mr. Torres back that day, and I told him that, maybe I do want the car, and could he meet me back over there? He told
All right,
me
you negotiated a price with him of how much?
At first it was $2,000, then he went down to $1,800, then he went down to $1,500.
So now, do you have any paperwork from the transaction of purchasing the car, or the bill of sale?
Yes, I have the bill of sale, and it's kind of like a warranty on it.
Kind of like a warranty. Let's see.
Because at the beginning of you can see in the beginning, he signed it and he wrote it as is, and I said no.
He had written the blah, 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 condition as is for the sum of $1,500 cash, and he signed it. Then you had him add to that, as is with the exception of the transmission or powertrain malfunctioning within 30 days?
Yes, 30
and
days.
And did you sign that? Mm-hmm. Now, was this your personal car?
Yes.
You sell the car to her, and what's the first thing that goes wrong?
When we drive away from his house, we get approximately maybe a mile or two away, and the car just shuts itself off. So I called Mr. Torres back. Him and my friend pushed the car out of the way. His dad comes, they jump the car starts back running or whatever, and the guy that came with him, I guess was his father, said, well, there's a good car, it just probably needs a little tune-up, and that's about it. When we got it home, by the time we got it home or whatever, we turned it off, we tried to turn it back on, the car wouldn't start again. So after that, I had tried to get the car to move again. We couldn't get the car to move again or whatever. I had to get it towed to another mechanic. When I got it to the other mechanic shop, he was like, well, this car has been rigged. He was like, I can't even open up the hood.
What's been rigged mean?
He's saying that it was a lot of people that had their hands under the hood and that they had messed up the car real good to the point that he couldn't even get the hood.
What year car was this?
It's a 97 Chevy Blazer.
Okay, it's got history. Okay, 97's a long time ago. So I'm not sure what your mechanic means by a lot of hands have been under this hood. I should hope so. The car is, what, 14 years old? I mean, so I would hope a lot of hands have been under the hood. What did he mean was wrong with that? He said
it was too much work he said, I'm not even going to try to even work on the car.
What did he say was wrong with it? He didn't. I guess he didn't tell you what was wrong with it?
He said it was a lot
He just said, this is a lot of work, I don't want it. Okay,
Yep.
so then what happened?
And so after that, I had to call another mechanic up, and I had to get it towed to his shop. And when I got it towed there, which is my witness, the mechanic right here.
Okay, you're a second mechanic.
I'm the final.
Yeah.
Okay, come on up. Okay, perhaps you are more communicative. Okay, so what's your name?
Tony
What's your last name?
D'Alessandro.
D'Alessandro. Okay,
Right.
and do you own a body shop?
Auto repair shop.
So she brings the car to you. What's wrong with the car?
It comes in as a no start. First thing we do is try to determine why it won't start.
Okay.
Poured coolant in the thing. As soon as we poured the coolant in, because there was none in there when we checked it, it started coming out the water pump. The water pump was physically cracked. So the only way to actually pressure test this engine was to replace the water pump to figure out whether this engine was salvageable or the vehicle was salvageable. So I went ahead and put a new water pump on the thing so I can seal the system back up, pressure test it. And when I did, we found out that the block has an internal crack.
What's the block?
The engine block itself. The engine had an internal crack from ice freezing. And what it did is it allowed the coolant to go into the oil and mix.
Okay.
So that pretty much told us this vehicle's
a total loss?
it's not worth fixing.
So is there an amount that will fix the vehicle?
I would say it would surpass the Blue Book value, which I really don't know what it is, but I mean, for that type of vehicle in Rochester, it can't be worth more than what she paid for it.
Okay, and then what happened?
I called Mr. Torres. He said, oh, well, I'll give you $500 back. I'm like, no, I don't want $500 back. And when I called him and told him that what my mechanic said about the engine, he says, well, we should go half on the engine, and then we can drop the engine. And then he said he can give you the engine and put the engine in or whatever if we go half on the engine. I was like, I shouldn't go half on the engine because I didn't destroy the engine. You destroyed the engine, and you guaranteed the engine. So what sense would it make for me to go half with him? And let's go a step further than that. If I go half with him on the engine, who's going to pay to get the new engine into the car, and who's going to pay to take the other engine out? So wouldn't I really be losing as well? So what sense would that make for me to go ahead and do that?
Okay, so would you ever, if you were selling a 14-year-old truck, would you ever give the buyer a 30-day warranty?
No,
Why?
because I would know that it's old and it's probably gonna break, so I wouldn't.
What if the truck did okay by you? Would you ever still give a 30-day warranty when you sold it?
No, I don't think that's wise at all.
Why?
Because why take a chance and get in trouble and have to return the money?
If the buyer said, I'm not going to buy it unless you give me a 30-day warranty, would you sell it? Be honest.
No,
Why?
because it's 14 years old. I mean, come on, have a little decency.
Well, no, but okay, I kind of get your point. Okay, going inside the courtroom.
Mr. Torres, what possessed you to write that I warranty it for 30 days? Do you know how swift this case would be if you hadn't written that?
I know.
I'm going to tell you what possessed you. Do you have an answer for that?
I mean, because I wanted her to feel, confident in her purchase.
And to
Snake me.
no. Buy it.
Yeah.
You had to say that to get her to buy it. But now you have to stand behind what you said.
Well, I told her I'd put a new engine in it.
No, she says you told her you'd put half of a new engine.
That was my first offer when she
Right,
declined.
but you don't
when
get to negotiate when you have a warranty.
I offered to take the full responsibility to replace the engine.
But the guy's saying that to replace the engine is going to end up costing more than what the $1,500, that it's not worth it.
That's what he's saying.
Okay, do you have anybody who says otherwise?
I mean, if I can find an engine, I can get someone to put it in for. He told me the labor would be about $800 to $700.
Okay, did you ever say to her, give me the car, I'm going to find somebody to put in an engine, and I'll eat the labor and I'll eat the engine cost?
No.
Okay, that's what a warranty is. Had you said that, I could hear what you're saying now. But you can't get sued and then say that, you see? Because she did give you the opportunity to go ahead and make good on it. Now, at the end of the day, you end up giving her a warranty. This is an as-is 13, maybe 14-year-old car, depending when it was manufactured. So, and you ended up giving it a 30-day warranty. I assume it had more than 100,000 miles, right?
Yeah.
Which a dealer wouldn't even have to do. And then you ended up doing that. I know you're just kicking yourself about that. I can just see that it's written all over your face how you're kicking yourself on that. So now here we are. You have a list of about 20 things you're suing for. I want to see all your receipts.
I have a list for every last one of
Show
them.
me
The only
your
thing I
receipts.
don't have a list for...
Not list. I know you got lots of lists. Now I need proof. Give me the receipts.
The only thing I don't have a proof for is for the bus, because they don't give you proof for the bus.
And Your Honor, I do have the pictures of the water pump being cracked,
Yeah, let's see.
which was from,
But see, he doesn't warranty the water pump.
well, the water pump is what caused the engine damage. The vehicle not being winterized properly had pure water in it when the water
Why?
turned
What's
to
supposed
ice.
to happen?
I'm sorry?
The vehicle not being winterized
It's
properly.
supposed to have coolant in it instead of water.
That's what you mean by winterized, right? Okay.
Water will just freeze and crack the block, and that's exactly what happened. But the part that was noticeably cracked was the water pump. So I had no way to know whether the block was cracked internally unless I replaced that water pump, sealed the system back up, and pressure tested it.
What say you that it would cost to put in a new engine?
I'd say around $2,500. $2,500 labor. Complete job.
Okay, here's, this is really quite ironic because we have a car that you got the two parties value at $1,500. And we have a problem that is a much bigger than $1,500 problem because I can't just look at her and say, okay, give this lady back her money, $1,500. That's not going to cut it because she's out a lot more than that. She's got all kinds of expenses out of her pocket, $200 just for the title, different, the tow, there's all kinds of money that she's out. I can't just look at her and say that. She wants, $3,000 in damages for a car she paid $1,500 for. And she's itemized her list. She's got $105 for buses and cabs, and she's not gonna get that. But she has all these things that she's out. She's out significantly more than the $1,500. So what I have to do is I have to put her in the position that you wouldn't put her in, which is it would be fine. It might cost you a lot less than $2,500 to get that engine fixed, but you wouldn't do it. And there's a cost to that. The court is about putting you in the position you would have been in had the wrong not happened. The wrong in this case is that you don't have a right to a perfect car. You have a right to a warranty, which he would not honor. That's the wrong. So when your witness, who I find to be very credible and very professional, tells me $2,500, I went on the internet. And I know that the engine alone for this type of car is about $1,400. I know that he's not exaggerating when he says that price. So I'm going to cap your damages at that. I'm going to order you to return to her $2,500. Okay? That's my verdict.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, $2,500 verdict for the plaintiff.
Well, the defendant made one big mistake. You know what that mistake was?
Warranty in the car.
Why'd you do it?
Why? Because she didn't feel comfortable with signing the receipt as is. I felt that the transmission, the powertrain were good. Obviously, I'm not going to warranty something that I feel is broken.
Would you ever do that again when you sold a car, a used car?
No.
Next time you sell a used car, it's what?
It's as is, always.
Okay. You just head right down this way. That's it. All right, so come on in here. Well, you got a big smile on your face now.
Yes, I do.
What are you so happy about?
I'm happy because I got what I deserve partially. That's how I feel. I really wish I would have got the money for the bus because had I not had to catch the bus if I had a car that was working.
Well, you almost got everything you sued for.
I know.
I mean, that was pretty slick of you to get. Would you have bought that car if he didn't warranty it?
No, I wouldn't have. No, I've watched enough people's court to know that you have to have it in writing and you have to make sure you're specific in writing. Because he almost got over on me.
That's pretty good. This is the part where you say thank you, hallway guy.
Thank you, hallway guy.
All right, over to Harvey.
Okay, a lot of people think that when you make a deal with somebody, even if you breach the contract, the most you're going to be responsible for is the value of the contract. That is not true. There are many situations where if you breach a contract, if the other side suffers serious damages that actually exceed the value of the contract, you are responsible for all of it, even if it's more than the actual bargain.